Hello again, everybody. Jason Bond, jasonbondpicks.com, Swing Trade Newsletter. Let's take a look at my 70% win on LQMT. This was by far my best alert of 2011. The reason being, I put it out to everybody, free and premium members, in a webinar with over 100 attendees last Tuesday, and let me get the date for you on that. We're going to confirm this. All right, last Tuesday the 20th. All right, so that would have been right here. Let me get the arrow. I put this one out to everybody in a webinar and told them that I would be loading this company because it was worth the swing trading opportunity heading into January. And it couldn't have worked out better. 3 days, 70% realized, almost $9,000 profit for me in 3 days. And again, one of my best trades of 2011. And there were 4 more on that list that I expect to do well in 2012. And liquid metal was the first from that list, to deliver a really, really nice profit. There are a ton of people who listened to me Tuesday night, went out and picked up shares on the bid on Wednesday or Thursday, and I actually didn't get filled until Thursday, right in through here. So this was Tuesday. I put it out on my watch list Tuesday morning. We had a class Tuesday night. I said, definitely look at LQMT. I bid, 11.6 all day on Wednesday, and I just didn't get filled. Nobody would sell me any shares, and because of the light volume, I'm not going to hit the offer on this one. I told everybody that. Light volume stock. But decent company for a small cap. All right, liquid metal's a real story. Obviously a small cap, they all have their fair share of problems, but great story. So I threw up a new bid at 126.126 on Thursday and filled, and put this out to my subscribers, and instant success. This one was ready to move. It was obvious. Pure downtrend all year long. Lots of shorts in the stock. We caught the stock perfectly. Reloads again the next day, and then reloads again the next day, and does exactly what I wanted it to do. Trades between, where I said was a good entry, right in through here. Not hard to see the technical analysis there and why I was bidding 0.116. All right, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. My subscribers are good at technical analysis. They know how this works. And not hard to see why I sold before it got to 24 yesterday. My alert said 16 to 20. I actually took an average of about 21 on this one, okay, because it went so well. But look at that price action right there. Textbook technical analysis. And the big resistance on this one, for anybody who knows TA, is in this level right here, which is why I took 21. That's where the big resistance is, because that's where most of the price action recently traded out at. So I told my subscribers 16 to 20 short term. In at 12.5, out at 16 to 20. Are you kidding me? 60%. I normally shoot for 10%. Why did I say 16 to 20 when I alerted everybody? Not complicated. All right, the short-term price action was right in through there. I figured that most of those traders probably were out on the recent dip right in through here. Pulls back from about the 16 range down to 11.5. Threw up that bid at 11.6. I told everybody to consider a position in this one. Everybody, for free. Normally something I'd only put out to my paid subscribers. Here's my website, okay? And if you scroll down on the daily watch list, we covered this blog post in detail for 1 hour with free and paid subscribers, over 100 people last Tuesday the 20th in a webinar, and we went over this in detail. This was 2 days before I even got my bid filled. Finally, LQMT for the penny lovers. Interesting story given their deal with Apple and Swatch. Doesn't say that Apple's going to make LQMT a dollar stock. Simply says interesting story. Interesting stories are what excite people to buy. And if you can position before some excitement, and going into a new year, there's always an opportunity for a small cap with a deal with Apple to get exciting. then you can make good money in the short term. No different than my recent swing trade on BPAX for 21% one day later. You just have to position properly to make good money. And like I said, this one delivered 70% for me. That's roughly $9,000 profit in 3 days. And you simply can't beat that. We went over all of these stocks. You know what I mean? I already filled this one right here. I'm not going to say where because, free subscribers don't need to know. If you want that information, sign up for my newsletter. I believe the only thing that's important is my understanding of technical entry and exit and playing catalyst in the short term. And that's what I'm selling, okay? My ideas in real time. I'm going to pick up RENN again. I made $6,000 trading QPSA recently. I plan to do it again. I'm already on the bid. So I've already filled 2 of the 5 stocks we covered in painstakingly detail Tuesday night. But it was on my watch list Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Look at this. Daily watch list. Look at this right here. 5 small caps under 50 you should be watching. This is Thursday before I even bought. I told everybody, free and paid, to keep an eye on this one. We went over MCZ. Eastman Kodak was up 20% that day. BPAX, I already made a solid 10% on a 21% move from 42 to 51. 1 day swing right there. Perfect technical analysis. And LQMT, does that chart look anything familiar with what we just looked at? This isn't complicated. It's a decent company. Is it Apple? No, of course not. You know what I mean? People beat up these small caps. Who cares what their long-term prospects are? Does it have a good short-term opportunity? Can it excite people into 2012? And if the answer is yes, then it's a good swing trade opportunity. And there you have it right there. It was on the watch list as one of my top buys Tuesday morning. We covered it in detail Tuesday night. 100 people listened in, and many of them bought at the same price I did. And then we looked for position. Wednesday. Couldn't pick it up on the bid at 116. Threw up a bid at 126 on Thursday, and boom, get filled. And it's just been Candyland since. This was a great, great trading opportunity for anybody who paid attention. And again, you didn't even have to pay for my service, something that will not happen again, to get these opportunities. But I wanted to show people that this was a great trading opportunity. And if you don't think that these trading opportunities are short-lived, then pull up a chart on JVA, all right? Coffee Holding Company from 2011. Everybody who held that $30 is now sitting on a big loss down at $8 a share. These are short-lived opportunities. Swing trading small caps, in my opinion, is by far the most effective way to make profit in the market. So there you have it. There's the LQMT chart, and that's what it looks like in eTrade Pro. Not hard again to see what I like down here. Little basing action. See how it sells off? Okay, but then see how the candlesticks start to get smaller and it turns, and then we got that price action right there. So what was this? The 20th right here? Let me get a support line in right there for you first. Just going to draw that across so you can see what I saw here. So if you don't understand what price action is, learn it from Steve Neeson. I don't have time to teach everybody everything, but I try. All right, so there's that. Let me get rid of the last one right there. Let me go with the crosshair now, and let me get the date here. So there's the 20th, okay? So that's the day that I put it on the watch list. That's the day that I put it out in the free class. There's Wednesday. I'm bidding it all day long, meaning I put I put up a bid where I wanted to buy at 116. And at times I was top bid, I believe. Nobody filled me at 116, so on Thursday I put it up at 126 or 125, I'm sorry. And somebody sold me 100,000 shares at 125. Boom. That's when I let my subscribers know that I'm in, and it's been nothing but gravy since. I got out of my whole position in the 21 range right up in here. And look at how pretty this is. Look at how pretty this price action is. 5 minute, 5 day. Look at how nice that is right there. Heck, we're going to start with 1 day, 1 minute. So here's the open. Naturally some profit taking, okay? It opens in the 17 to 18 range, and look at that dip right there. Short sellers moving in, profit takers taking shares. I didn't sell my shares right there. I was confident that this one was going into the 20 range. And what does it do? Uh-oh. Traps all the shorts right in through there. Uh-oh. Everybody who shorted, uh-oh, too early to the dance. Sorry, you're going to take a loss now. I short stocks too, and I'll short LQMT if I think it's going down. I've got no love affair for these stocks. You guys got to understand something. All I care about is making money. But when a stock is strong and it pulls back and then continues back up, all of these short sellers are now at a loss. And guess what happens when they decide to cover? Uh-oh! You gotta love that. And I took all of my money from the short sellers. Okay? The guys that were short this stock for a long period of time and decided not to get out, when they covered in through here, look at all that volume. 200,000 shares in a 1 minute period of time. Thank you very much. I only had 100,000 shares. Not hard to sell this rip right here. And I told everybody my goal was 16 to 20. But when it got strong and we saw this price action up off the bottom, just showed that the stock was not ready to be done yet. And you can see it closed darn near 20 cents. This stuff is not hard to see when you're watching it all day long. It's not going to stay up here when it goes Nova like this from 18 to 23. You can't expect to go from 23 to 30. All right, you got to lock it in. You got to know where your resistance is. There's big resistance on this chart at 24. Go back to the daily. I told everybody, big resistance up and through here. So understand how to trade them, gang. And if you understand where the price action resistance is, what the story is, and when to time it, right, you know, you can get some solid money. But look at that resistance right in through there. Not hard to see why I thought 21 was a good exit on this one. Not hard to see why I told subscribers 16 to 20, right? There's your 20 mark, pretty good resistance right there. There's your 16 mark, right? So that was where I was looking for exit. Get it off of support. I told everybody if it goes below 11, then stop out for a $500 to $1,000 loss. You know, but if it trades into these ranges, then get it for a nice profit. And that was 70% for me. 70% short term, 3-day turn. And I told everybody, man, pay attention when somebody's willing to teach. Everybody to load this one up right there. And people got it in the 12s and made big bucks on this one. You can't beat that. That's swing trading at its best. All right, Jason Bond, jasonbondpicks.com. BPAX last week for 21%. LQMT this week for almost 100%. You're never going to realize those profit points. You just have to take a chunk of the run. So identify stocks that can move 10, 20, 30% and look to make